Well, hey everybody, Doug Rucker here with DougRuckerStore.com and PressureWashingSchool.com. Hey, we just finished up a, what do you call these things? Service body truck build, kind of like what I used to have. And a gentleman from Atlanta brought it down to us and we just finished it. And so we're going to go over that coming up next. Hey everybody, don't forget, coming up August 12th and 13th is our next hands-on training school. That's coming up August 12th and 13th right here in Houston. It's a Monday and a Tuesday, so if you're interested in that, if you're getting ready to start a business and you need to learn how to clean safely and learn property protection, how to clean a roof, all of that, we've got 1 day of hands-on, 1 day of classroom training. So go to PressureWashingSchool.com. You'll see right on the home page the events that are coming up, and so you can click right there or go to PressureWashingSchool.com/events. And then also don't forget the online video school. If you can't make it out here, man, that thing's got over 200 something videos on it, and the first part is broken down into the roof cleaning and the house washing, property protection, concrete cleaning, 4 separate modules, and there's tons of other great educational information that'll drastically help you cut your learning curve. PressureWashingSchool.com. Again, it's right there on the front page. As soon as you open it up, you can get all the information. Or if you have questions, just email me, pressurecleaningschool@gmail.com. Okay guys, so this is a cool little build that we did, not in the essence that it's new, that I mean, we've done a lot of these service body trucks, but just kind of how it all came about. Just to give you a little backstory, Nelson Santiago attended the Atlanta Difference Makers School that we had in Atlanta back in June, I believe it was. And so he attended that, and Carlos, who has also attended many of the Difference Makers and my hands-on school here, back in February, a couple of years ago, I think it was. But when Carlos came, he fell in love with my service body truck. So at the school, you got to use my service body truck, just like this, and you thought...
I was like a kid at a candy store.
You had to have one, didn't you?
I had to have one.
And so went back to Atlanta, bought himself a service body truck, drove it down here, flew back, we built it out, then he flew back and picked it up. And so at the Atlanta Difference Makers in June, Nelson attended, and of course Carlos was there. Carlos was so kind to bring his rig out and let us use it for the training in Atlanta. And Nelson fell in love with his truck. And so Nelson is from the Atlanta area. He went and bought a service body truck and drove it down here about a week or so ago, about 2 weeks ago probably, and left it here, flew back home. And today is Saturday, August 3rd, and so we finished it up, and he's coming back Monday, just in a couple days, and he's going to pick it up. And we'll do another video with him and get his take on the build and the Difference Makers Conference. I just want some other guys to hear, some of you guys to hear from somebody that's attended. But anyway, this is another service body skid truck build, not skid, but a service body truck build that I'm going to go over. And so let's get into it now, okay? All right, so on the power side, the power wash side, we have the 8 gallon per minute Honda pressure washer, cold water. And so that's up here, and then we have the Kingslinger soft wash system with the 3 valves. He'll use the 2, of course, mainly one for his water and then one for his bleach with the soap added to it. And then this is a 3rd valve that he can always use as a backup or use it for you know, a degreaser, use wrap like we use for cleaning gutters and grease and oil stains and anodized windows and frames and stuff like that when sometimes we get bleach on them. or acid, and that will help a lot of times clean that stuff up. And so just all kind of purposes that you can use that wrap for. But that's the Kingslinger with the 10 gallon per minute pump. And since this truck is a little bit higher, we had to do a couple of things. This one kind of stands up higher, and Nelson's a short guy like I am myself. And so we actually put the mixing valve and the pump station and everything on this side. Normally it's over here. And we did that so that we can make the bars a little bit shorter and lower the pump station down so it's easy to get to everything. We've already set the pressure for him on the gauge. So it's set right at about 92, 93 or whatever, so he won't ever have to mess with that. So he'll be able to reach his valves really easy and everything that he needs to start it. We've got the pull cord coming down instead of up, and so yeah, everything he'll be able to get to very easily. So that's the Kingslinger. That's the 8 gallon per minute cold water pressure washer. And then we have an 11 gallon gas tank, and that's feeding the pressure washer right there. There's a 1/4 inch hose that's right back on the back side of it with a hose barb that carries that fuel hose up to the fuel filter that's on it here. I'll show you over here. Right there. So that's where it connects. That's where your fuel line connects on these Honda 8 gallon per minutes. So we've got that, and then the battery is right there. We have the 2 100 gallon tanks, and I guess I'll hop up here. Let me hop up here real quick and I'll show you the plumbing. Hey, also coming up in February of 2025, right here in Houston, will be our next Difference Makers Conference. And so that's going to be again at the Country Inn and Suites, and myself, Jeffrey Blackman, and then we'll also have Ray Burke as well as Patrick Clark joining us on this one. So this is going to be a unique one. We'll have the same. Kelsey will be here with Money Matters. Nick Terry hopefully was going to be able to make it for property protection. So anyway, all about business, nothing about how to clean, but this is all about how to grow your business. So looking forward to having Jeff with us again, also Patrick, as well as Ray Burke. So it's already up there. You can go and sign up if you want to. We just haven't kind of put it out there. It's February 6th and 7th, I believe, are the dates. So check that out too if you're interested. So for the plumbing here, we have first off your vent tube, vent hose that goes from there all the way to the back of the truck, and it's right at the bottom of the bumper, the step-up bumper, where it vents out for the bleach tank. And then you have 2 1/2 inch hose right there, which is there. That's going to the bleach up here to the Kingslinger for the bleach valve. And then this other is the 1/4 inch hose that's feeding the downstream FlowPro bypass system. And so we're using all uniseals like we always do. And that's how we put the 1/4 inch hose through the 1/2 inch uniseal by using just a small little piece of 1/2 inch hose. It's only about 4 or 5 inches. It does it. The 1/2 inch part doesn't go all the way down. But this allows you, it stays in there pretty good. But that allows you to use the 1/4 inch hose when you're using uniseals. And then on the water tank, you've got the same thing, 1/2 inch hose going to your water valve on the Kingslinger. And then this is the water hose for the FlowPro bypass system. And then you've got another 1/2 inch hose coming out of the pressure washer, and that goes to this, which is the bypass hose for the pressure washer. And then over here is of course the hose coming off the water fill hose reel. So when you hook that up to the spigot at the house or the building or whatever, it fills up and comes through that hose and goes in there. And then the float valve is inside. If I can get that, let me get this tank lid open. So let me see if I can drop this down in there. I don't think you can see it. There it is right there. There's the float valve, and that's how we've got it hooked up. And so that's hooked up to that bulkhead there. And then down inside the tank are the hoses that we use that are going down into the tank for the water for both the Kingslinger and the downstream. And Raimundo started doing something here recently. If I can grab this hose out, we used to use little 45-degree couplers or 90 degrees, which we still can, but he actually takes these little pieces that he gets when he bores out the hole, drills out the hole for the bulkhead fitting. Those slide on really good, and then before he puts that on, he puts a little piece of 1/2-inch PVC that keeps it weighted down. And no filter. We don't use filters. I feel like any type of filter will just kind of clog. Not only they get clogged up, but they also restrict flow. That's the main reason. These tanks are non-vented, so we have both the water tank and the bleach tank vented. So it's just a matter of making sure you keep the inside of your tanks clean at all times, which we do on ours. We rinse them out, every 3 months or so. So that's your basic plumbing. So the 1/4-inch hose is coming back over here to the 3-way box for the Flow Pro. And as we've explained before, the 3-way right now is in the kind of off position, so if there's a vacuum created, you're not going to be pulling water or bleach out. So when it's pointed this direction, that's what he's going to do as soon as he gets to the job. He's always going to make sure that this is pointed towards the bleach tank, because that's in the back. And so when he fires his Flow Pro up and he hits the mix on the remote, then it's going to draw the bleach. And when he hits rinse, the actuator, the ball valve inside the actuator is going to switch, and it's going to draw just water coming out of here. So what happens is when he's done at the end of the job, basically what he's going to do is he's going to turn this over to water. So then when he hits the mix button on the remote, it's going to draw water out of the water tank, and he can rinse out the injector. So he'll run it for 4 or 5 minutes or however long he wants to with water. And once he's done and he's shutting everything down, he can just turn this back to the middle position, and it won't continue to siphon water or bleach or anything out of his hose. So that's the Flow Pro, how we've got it plumbed there to the 3-way. And then we've got his whip hose coming from the machine. Got some water in it from us testing everything yesterday. So that's the whip hose coming from his machine, and it goes to the Flow Pro. And then you have the injector, you've got your loop, and then from the outside of the Flow Pro, we've got a whip hose that's going right to the hose reel. Pretty easy, simple setup. These are blocks that you can purchase if you need them when you get a Flow Pro bypass system. And then also this is a separate, the bypass injector if you need that. Actually, it's just the injector and the whip hose. But if you have a ball valve, not a ball valve, but a bypass downstream injector setup, a manual one, you can just use the ball valve that you already have there if you wanted to. But most people just buy the whole setup. So, yep, that's that. And then, let me get down off of here. Is the Flow Pro board and box, remote box and everything. So that's all right there. And we use a couple of those little engine mounts from machines to install it, and then it's braced or bolted down underneath here inside the cabin. So he'll be able to see the light really easy if he wants to do that. Like I've said before, I don't ever pay attention to the light. I just listen for the beep on the remote. And then we've got 3 electric hand-a reels. We originally were going to have manual hand-a reels, but once he discovered that this truck sits up higher than most of them, he decided to go with manual, so electric, so he could just hit the button and not have to reach up so high to reel. So try to make everything as easy as possible to work out of and work on. So also on the electric reels, of course, we have the 1/2-inch Kingslinger soft wash hose, Flexilla. We've got Flexilla garden hose for filling up the water tank. And then over here, we've got the blue 1-wire pressure hose that is so popular. And of course, he's got his ball valve set up on there as well. So again, service body truck, plenty of storage for everything in the cabinets. He's gonna love this thing. I sold mine not too long ago and I really miss it. I almost wish I hadn't sold it. May do another one day, I'm not sure. And one of the nice things that Raimundo did, and he really always does this, of course, these hand-a reels, when you use these hand-a reels, you have to have this little 30 amp or 40 amp circuit breaker right there. If you don't have those and you have an issue, it can void the warranty if you don't have those on there. So Raimundo always installs them on the plate along with the solenoid. But all of the wiring, you can see, goes down into the truck. And he actually did a nice job of organizing it, and actually goes underneath the truck. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there, going through there, all the way to the other side of the battery. So the only exposed wiring that we have is here for the battery, and we could have hid that too, but we wanted to keep it out so it's easy to service and take off if needed be, and also no risk of cutting it or fraying it or anything like that, running inside the metal and all that. Even though we use grommets and all that kind of stuff, he just decided to do it that way. So yeah, that's it. That's the rig. If you have any questions on this, be sure to put them down below. If you need a rig built, man, we'd be glad to help you. We got a couple more coming in here in the next couple of weeks. Actually, within the next month or so, I think we have about 2 or 3 guys that are scheduled to get rigs built. So let us know if we can help you, even if you just have questions or whatever that we can help you with. Just let us know that. We'd be glad to help you. Okay, everybody, hope this has been helpful for you. Hope you enjoyed. I just love showing off our builds. But hopefully it gives a lot of guys ideas if they're trying to do it on their own, or if they want us to do it. It just gives them some ideas of all the different kind of things that we can do to help you guys start your business and get the right equipment. So yeah, don't forget, check out the pressure washing school hands-on training here August 12th and 13th. Don't forget about the difference makers in February. You want to get signed up for that because it's limited seating. We're going to have to cut it off if it gets too full. And then also the online video school. So anyway, y'all have an awesome day. Thank y'all so much for all of your support, your business. We just don't take it for granted. We're just extremely blessed by the amount of business that you guys give us, and we can't thank you enough. So y'all be blessed, have an awesome day, and take care.